Ozil, a player known by many for his skills, goals, bounce pass. But let me ask you this, have you ever been to a game and you've seen Ozil majestically grace across the pitch? But the thing is though, that's just who Mesut Ozil was. A player doing things that many other players in the game couldn't imagine doing. But that's just who Ozil was, a German wizard. A player gifted with God gracious talent. So join me now and let's have a look at the career of Mesut Ozil. Starting off his season at Schalke with 5 assists in 13 games, only to lose the league by 2 points, which is why when Ozil was seen as the next big thing, it wouldn't be much of a surprise when we rejected a salary of 1.5 million a year. But that just shows you the type of character Ozil had. He wanted to achieve big things, which is why when Ozil managed to get himself into the Europa League final after going out early in the Champions League, despite losing the game, Ozil managed to get the only goal for Werder Bremen. Which is why a week later, when Ozil got another chance at a trophy with the DFB Pokal against Bayern Leverkusen, surely he was going to take that chance and use it. Which is why it was thanks to a late goal from Ozil, he managed to drift past his player and score past the keeper, 1-0 Ozil. And with that was the only goal in the game that gifted Werder Bremen the DFB Pokal. And this was a start for Ozil. He could finally see that he might genuinely be destined for greatness. He had that potential to win big trophies in his career, and potentially he could even be spotted for bigger clubs, because Werder Bremen knew how good he was. So I want other teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool know how good he was. Surely Ozil could get picked up and he could start winning big trophies again. And finally, when the 2010 World Cup came around, despite Germany not winning the trophy, Ozil managed to get 1 goal and 3 assists, including a brilliant goal against Ghana. And that surely would finally get Ozil on the map for a big move. We see him join Real Madrid at the age of 21 on August 17, 2010, which meant that in the 10-11 season he got 10 goals and 29 assists, playing alongside the likes of Ronaldo and Kaká. Especially like this goal which he scored against Atletico Madrid. Absolutely effortless once again from Mesut Ozil. And you can just know how good he was with his pinpoint passing and his laser sharp finishing, which allowed Real Madrid to win the Copa del Rey. And by this point he was on cloud 9, with his eye for a pass and his ability to link up with his great teammates surely helped Ozil, as in the 11-12 season he got 18 assists and 6 goals, including a famous assist for the Karma goal, which allowed Real Madrid to win the league by 100 points. How good was Mesut Ozil? And shortly after this, despite not winning anything again in Euro 2012 for Germany, it was still a brilliant tournament for Ozil, and he followed that up in the 12-13 season, where he managed to get 25 assists and 12 goals. Once again, like I said, assisting the man from Madeira, Cristiano Ronaldo. But alas, Jose Mourinho would get his way, and when the Portuguese manager criticised Ozil's performances and work rate, it was only a matter of time before Ozil would see his way out of the club, which was a shame. It was a dear shame, because everyone once again knew how good Ozil was, and so did his teammates, because the season after Ozil left to go to Arsenal for 42.2 million, Real Madrid won the Champions League. Not to mention when Zinedine Zidane led Real Madrid to a 3-P, which once again signalled the amount of trophies that Ozil will go on to miss in his career. But I'm pretty sure that all those people would be disappointed out there on the pitch because they knew how good Ozil was. Ronaldo himself, and Bale, the man that took over Ozil's position at Real Madrid, he would have been happy that he got on the right side of the team and he got the trophies that Ozil in another life probably could have got. But alas, the Ozil transfer to Arsenal was met with a lot of excitement from him and Arsenal fans, as they all knew how good he was. And Ozil got off to a brilliant start with a goal in his debut in the Champions League against Napoli. And the Arsenal fans were up in arms because they knew that their German gem had arrived. And he followed this up later on in his career as he managed to get a double against Norwich with absolute effortless play. As you can just see it, the way Ozil graces across the field, the diversity as well that Arsenal fans were beginning to learn in the way he could score goals. Just a beautiful play. It was absolute wonder to watch, and he didn't stop there, Ozil. As once again, the way he moved across the pitch, the way he linked up with his teammates, was a sign that something was coming for Arsenal, and maybe they could finally get back onto winning some trophies. But alas, injuries would come, with a dead leg and a shoulder injury and a hamstring putting him out for a month in the 13-14 season, before in the 14-15 season, a knee ligament injury put him out for 3 months. But this is why the World Cup 2014 was so important in terms of trophies, because with Ozil scoring a last-minute goal against a lacklustre Algeria to get his team through to the next round, and why he didn't have many goal contributions apart from 1 assist in the battering against Brazil, Ozil was still crucial for how this team played. And in terms of trophies, this was something that Ozil could look on for the rest of his career, as Germany would go on to win the World Cup trophy in 2014. And this was something Ozil needed because he was about to look on for the rest of his Arsenal career. Big trophies was something that eluded Ozil for the rest of his career. So something like this is definitely something that's important for a player like Ozil to have, to at least let people know how good he was. However, in the next season, Ozil did start to see a resurgence for his career, as despite missing out on the league, he scored goals like this just before the World Cup against Liverpool. And you could start to see again the talent that Ozil was displaying on screen. Absolutely brilliant. And this goal as well against Manchester United. Just the way Ozil could play, as he's definitely back as well. Ozil was back with 19 assists and 6 goals, when in the previous 2 seasons he only had 14 assists altogether. And don't forget as well, it was a season of no injury for Ozil, for no wonder he could start to play like and express his talent, as he only missed 17 days in the 15-16 season for injury. However, in the 16-17 season, he was 12 goals and 14 assists. Before the 17-18 season, he got 5 goals and 13 assists. Within the 16-17 season, he was missing 31 days out for injury. Before in the 17-18 season, it was 56 days for injury. So you can just see that the stress is starting to get to Ozil, and maybe the talent that we're getting to see on screen is starting to die out. But there was still moments of magic from Mesut Ozil. And I'm sure there were still those little bits of magic you can see. They never left, but they were becoming thicker and thinner on screen. Because Ozil still had that ability to read the game like no other. He could link up with players. He could move the ball across the pitch. He had special relationships with the likes of Olivier Giroud, who without Ozil at the club might not have played as well as he did in his Arsenal career. And there was still that level of skill once again on screen that Ozil did possess. But once again, I might add, it was starting to become less and less. But for the moments we did get of Mesut Ozil at Arsenal especially, there was that level of talent, that level of different ability Ozil possessed. And it was something really, really good. Something that Arsenal could definitely treasure. Something Arsenal could definitely remember from Mesut Ozil, whether trophies came or not. As alas, Ozil was effortless. With the way he played was absolutely magical. And never forget the talent that we saw from Ozil between 2013 to 2020. Oh, and especially when he was still scoring goals like this against Swansea City. Absolutely brilliant. And Arsene Wenger could only absolutely be mesmerising this play for Mesut Ozil. Volleys as well. Just extra piece of weaponry that Ozil possessed. I'm not surprised. The Arsenal fans did still, like I said before, get to see this. But alas, Ozil, once Sanchez left, he would get a new contract in 2018 worth 350k a week, as he became the new brand player for Arsenal. But this was a sign that Ozil was beautiful on the pitch, but yet fragile as well. Because after further drama regarding politics that made Ozil less marketable, not to mention an early exit from the World Cup in the group stage with Germany, that surely would have taken a massive effect on Ozil's mental health on and off the pitch, which we have seen from social media posts by Mesut Ozil, which would shockingly leave by the time that Unai Emery came in 28th of May 2018. In the 18-19 season, Ozil only got 9 goal contributions, before in the 19-20 season, Ozil only got 3 assists. Before a lack of patience would see Ozil move along to Turkish football club Fenerbahce. However, this would soon be the beginning of the end for Ozil as he began his journey in Turkey, as in the 2020-2021 season, in 11 games he only got 1 assist for Fenerbahce. However, a slight resurgence in 21-22, where in 26 games he got 9 goals and 2 assists, but alas, by the time he came to 2022-2023, when he moved on to Istanbul Başakşehir, there was no goal contributions, which is very significant because this was the first ever time in Ozil's career that he managed to go a full season, including his youth career and Schalke career as well, where he got no goal contributions. Alas, you can finally get to see the fall off of Mesut Ozil, which was a shame, because there's definitely a lot of factors that we can begin to analyse about why Mesut Ozil's career fell off. Because what you have to remember as well is that, despite how it may seem in the video, Ozil was winning trophies at Arsenal. He had 4 Community Shields and 4 FA Cups with Arsenal. shows that there definitely was some success for Ozil, and like I said before, there was goals and assists for Ozil. But there's many sayings in this video that begin to let you know what happens with Ozil. Beautiful but fragile. A player that had talent on the pitch that almost no one else in the game possessed. But yet he was pushed to a limit which many footballers in real life right now are getting pushed to, especially. And maybe Ozil was one of those players a couple of years back that just couldn't play to that level week in, week out, and he was found out at Arsenal, and eventually the talent was sucked out of him. Not to mention stuff happening outside of Ozil's personal life that deteriorated his career with Germany and his relationship with the German fans. Not to mention with the Arsenal fans as well. And by the time managers like Unai Emery and Mikel Arteta came in after the leave of the legendary Arsene Wenger, it would not be a surprise that Ozil's career would deteriorate. But I'm sure moments like this we can sit back and remember how good Mesut Ozil was. Because alas, we have to remember, trophies like this are hard to come by. Trophies like the World Cup especially, trophies that Ronaldo will never go on to win in his career. Messi barely got it in 2022. So never forget the career of Mesut Ozil.